Hi guys, and welcome again to Drum Dog's coverage of the UK Drum Show here in Liverpool.
Yeah, this year we thought we were going to split the videos again. I hope you enjoyed the acoustic drums video. This one, there's so much innovation in the electric department this year. We thought we'd split it and we'll show you some of our favourite innovations from the electric drum makers.
So here we are at the UK Drum Show showing the brand new DWE drum set. It's got wireless cymbals, wireless drums. It talks to our laptop through our receiving hub, and we're happy to be here to show our latest thing. It's going to come out soon. This is just an early preview, and so far the response has been fantastic, so we're really excited about it.
So here we are at the UK Drum Show. We are Efnote, a brand new company basically. The designers of the kits made their, well, how can I say this politically correct? They had a history with companies that also produced mesh head electronic drum kits. Yeah, who could it be? Who could it be? Two Japanese guys, really brilliant guys, and basically at the moment this is the best out there. Everybody on the show tells us, so don't believe me, but test it yourself when it's in the stores. Over here in the middle we have the Pro Kit. The Pro Kit is with a special breakout box, so every item has its own channel to the mixing desk. On the other side we have the 5. It's also possible as an X, then you get an extra tom. And on the right you have the less deep shells, and that's the 3. And the 3 is also possible, available in an X version, then you get an extra tom. My advice is, well, they look great, but you really need to test them yourself because they play awesome. Thank you, that's it.
Hi guys, so we're here with Ben on the Evans Hybrid stand here at the UK Drum Show, and they've got some pretty exciting looking things that are not triggers, I'm told, but they look an awful lot like triggers. What's going on here, Ben? Talk us through it.
So Evans have teamed up with a company called Sunhouse, and the sensory percussion system, essentially it's a software-based system, but to put it bluntly, turns your drum kit into a synth controller using the medium of drumsticks and drums. So the unit itself, the sensors that we're looking at here, people will often see these, they'll go, oh, I like the triggers on the kit. These are a totally new technology. So the sensors, what they do, they read a little element that we stick to a head. Now these can be stuck onto mesh heads, onto standard film heads as well. So the system is very adaptable depending on your own needs. So if you want to incorporate it into an acoustic setup, you can absolutely use the acoustic sound of your drums and then kind of overlay sounds on top of those acoustic sounds that everybody is used to as a drummer. The really clever part of this system is how accurate the sensors are compared to a standard trigger with a pickup sensor. This allows us to divide each of the drums with a sensor into 10 separate zones. So that is where it really separates itself from standard triggers.
How does it do that? So say we've got it's got this little pickup here.
Yeah.
But for something that's so local on one drum head, how is it separating?
So there's very little nuances in how that vibrates dependent on where you hit the drum.
Okay.
So this gets like really amazing when you start to talk about the bass drum sound, and I'll show you in the software a little bit about how accurate this can be. So we've got one sensor on the bass drum here that's reading that pickup element.
Yeah.
So here's the kick drum setup here. So these are kind of your open and closed areas. So you can see that it's triggering those. Now we can also tap the edge, we can tap the shell, we can tap the hardware, and it can define those different sections just with those slight changes in how that element vibrates. Now because of that, we can then control, we can allocate separate sounds to each of those parts of the drum, and that's not just for the kick. On a snare drum you've got more places you can hit. With a kick drum we're kind of restricted because we've got a pedal. With the snare drum obviously you've got different techniques like stick shot, rim click, tip of the stick, shoulder of the stick. All of those areas are definable within the software, and we can allocate as many samples as your computer is capable of. So it's worth mentioning the software runs on Mac or Windows, and a lot of people look at this part of the system, which is the portal. This is essentially an interface for the sensors, and that's taking the data from the optic sensors, running it through just like you would with a microphone interface, and that runs into your PC on Mac.